Yes, welcome to the Mile High Hotspur. My name is LeoCoys. Will the Rapids make a splash against FC Dallas? Let's talk about it, my homies. Let's just talk a little bit about what we've been seeing with these last couple of games and our lineups. Starting off with Zack Steffen, I want to just say he's been very key to what we're trying to do. The way the Rapids like to play the high line, it's definitely key that Zack Steffen is on point, being that sweeper keeper that we've grown accustomed to see him play. A couple of huge saves in the LAFC series and the game against St. Louis SC. You can arguably say that he has single-handedly kept us in some of these games, considering the fact that the players have not been able to find their shooting boots. And moving up in defense, you see a back line of the new center back pairing, Cheeto and Ian, who have, I could say, taken to the Chris Armas system fairly rapid, no pun intended. They've seemed to adjust to the style, the pace, the environment, the altitude, a bit quicker than maybe some other players have or would. The way they are able to just slot in, Rapids haven't missed a beat defensively. And this center back pairing, you can see that they will be growing more confidence, growing more form together as time goes on, as they continue to get more minutes together. Our season has definitely gotten underway, and we will need these type of performances from both of these center backs throughout the whole season. And to finish off the back line, you see experience, you see players that know what it takes to get the game over the end of the line. And I'm talking about Reggie Cannon on the left and Keegan Rosenberry, the captain, on the right side. I feel like they complement the back line and each other perfectly. A lot of times we see Keegan Rosenberry pressing up a bit higher, which then allows Reggie Cannon to swing in to play almost a part of a back three. Another one of these players that recently arrived, you can say has slotted right in and has not skipped a beat as well. And moving up to our pair of sixes, you see Oliver Laraz paired up with Josh Atencio. Not gonna get tired of saying this throughout the video. Another one of these players that has hit the ground running. You see this player pick up the ball from one of the defenders, and the first thing he does is turns around and either drops his shoulder to take on a defender or either looks to have a forward pass. It's never sideways football with Josh Atencio. And Oliver Laraz, honestly, complimenting him perfectly as well. On the opposite side, you could see how these players both interact with the offensive part and the defensive part of this game. Awesome to see the way they both tend to link up the play. But the pairing of Josh Atencio and Oliver Laraz, I hope it's something that I'm able to see for a while to come. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy seeing Connor Ronan. I'm not quite sure what's going on with him. So these are very good signs very early on, seeing the way this young Rapids team is able to cope with just such a new environment, a new system. A lot of these players are coming into this team. And like I said, Reggie Cannon being the exception, who got here a bit later on in the season, last season, again, has taken to the team very well. Yes, and to continue, let's talk about the 10, where we see Djordje Mihailovic, who is accompanied by Cole Bassett on the left and Kevin Cabral on the right. One of the things that shocks me the most this season is watching Cole Bassett play out on the left. I talked a little bit earlier about our fullbacks being able to, when one pushes up, one inverts. I haven't seen the same thing with our wide players. When one pulls up, does one kind of invert a bit more? I'm not seeing that yet, and according to SofaScore heat maps, neither are they. You see Cole Bassett is just staying mainly on the left side. And you see Kevin Cabral playing on the right side. And Djordje Mihailovic playing through the middle. This is where, if I had any type of concerns, comments, or critiques, it would be in this area right here. Djordje Mihailovic had an awesome game for us when it came time, when we needed to rely on him on the home match with LAFC. But after that, the SC match and the LAFC match, we've been skunked with no shots on target, no creativity. And a lot of this is where we rely heavily on players like Bassett and Djordje Mihailovic. And if they are not occupying the same positions that they were throughout all of last season, then we're going to have to get accustomed to seeing this type of performance until the team is able to gel together or the changes are made. However it is, I hope we figure it out sooner than later. Yeah, so moving on to our lone attacker, to our lone striker, Rafa Navarro, who has been awfully quiet throughout this season, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's been bad. But there's always one thing that we can know is a guaranteed when we're talking about Rafa Navarro, and that is he's going to do the little things that go unnoticed very well. In fact, he's one of the higher rating players on SofaScore for the Rapids, and you could ask yourself, how does he go unnoticed and score so high? And like I said, it's because the man off the ball movement is phenomenal. Reminds me a lot of Richarlison from Tottenham Hotspur. I know plenty of you guys will not like that comparison, but it's a good thing because he's hustle throughout the whole game. And Rafa always offers that dynamic where he's going to take on a defender as well. And when it comes to set pieces, Rafa Navarro could be a key component. Not afraid to score with his head, and again, puts himself in positions to receive the ball. Plenty of times last season, he won penalties for us. It's all situational plays, all circumstantial things like this that the Rapids just haven't been able to get over that line. We haven't been able to really connect all of the dots to lead to that chance. Yeah, but the Rapids have had a hard time making ends meet in the final third. That has to change against FC Dallas this weekend. I know we haven't been able to create as much as we should, but at home, I fancy the Rapids to outrun, outplay, and outperform any team. Yeah, so I'm going to go with a 3-0 victory for the Burgundy boys. I think our defense is only going to solidify even more. And enjoy watching Oliver Laraz and Josh Atencio dominate the midfield this weekend, my homies. A big game coming up for Djordje Mihailovic. I'm expecting maybe 2 assists and possibly another free kick goal. Is this the game Bassett gets his scoring boots in gear? Oh, I don't know, my homies. I'm going with 2 goals from Rafa Navarro, 1 from Djordje Mihailovic, but an awesome performance from Kevin Cabral, Bassett, and the rest of the Burgundy boys, my homies. Not only is it come on you Spurs, my homies, but it's up the Pids. Let's go!
Going up, keeping lean up in my cup. All my cars got lead and wood in my hood.